In this video, we're going to talk about annotating and selecting windows and then seeing how to document them in a window schedule. So just like the door schedule and door annotations, we also must tag the windows. And you can see here our tags are very, very simple. They're just a little quarter-inch circle with a letter inside, and this shape is just its shape and letter is used to differentiate, of course, from the door tags. I've seen window tags all different shapes, but we're going to keep it simple here with just a circle. You can see here for our windows, we just have two window types in this project. It's really very simple. And you can see here we've got some wide sort of basic ones on the north and south walls. And they're just, simple fixed windows. And you can see here the window type changes on the front of the facade with window type B. And that's because these are a little bit more decorated. They've got a bit more personality to them. And you'll see in a second what they look like. But that's because the windows on the front of the facade, that's what the public's going to see first. And so we want those to be a little bit more unique and have a bit more personality to them. So that was the reason why they were selected, but there's tons of different window types that you could use in a project. But for us, as I said, we just have two. So now that you know how to tag windows and some things that might guide the selection, let's go ahead and take a look at the window schedule. So here in the middle of our schedule sheet, you can see the window schedule and some elevations of the window types. This is again much more simple because we just have two types, but you can see the type here is A and B, and that coordinates with the window tags. And you can see here that they are window type A is fixed, so non-operable window. And type B is also fixed, non-operable with a transom. And a transom is, as you can see here on the elevation for window type B, that's a little window at the very top. And anytime you have a door with a little window on top, that's called a transom. Or in this case, it's a little window on top of an existing window that's within the same frame. Now, again, these are fixed, which is the opposite of operable. We do not want anybody operating these windows because we don't want customers, for example, to be opening the windows or closing them, passing things through the windows. They're just supposed to be fixed. Now, there are some times, like in a bedroom, it's required to have an operable window so that it can be used as a fire exit. But in this case, like I said, we just want them fixed. The sill height is going to be 4 feet 3 inches, and you'll see on the elevations that you've created in the interior sections that that's intentional so that it's up just a bit above where seats and tables will be, but still adds some visibility to the street. You can see that the heights are slightly different. What the type A is a little bit larger than type B, but as you may have noticed from the exterior elevations on some other sheets, and certainly the axonometric, is that the header, the very top of the window, is at the same height, and it's aligned with the height of the doors. So that's pretty intentional because it makes things a little bit easier for framing. But and here the bottom part is aligned just for the sake of our elevations. The width you can see here, the width is the same sort of in the sense that the fixed window is a single window that's 6 feet wide, and the transom windows are 3 feet wide, but there's two of them right next to each other. So on the plan, they look like they're the same size. But you can see here, they're just really simple elevations. We don't get into the hardware or, the locking mechanisms or anything like that. All we see is just a really simple profile line on the outside, change of plane line on the inside, and then you can see here very, very thin texture lines indicating that there's glass with my thinnest line weight pen. Now my lines are a little bit close together. It may be easier for you to draw them a little bit farther apart. But that's all we have for the window schedule. It's very simple. So now you understand how to create a basic window schedule, again, how to draw simple window elevations, and then how that ties back to a floor plan in which window types are annotated based on their selection criteria.